Hello, my name is Noe Sepulveda, and I'm doing an executive summary report on Coca-Cola Enterprises for their reports of fourth quarter and full year 2011 results. Coca-Cola Enterprise achieved record full year diluted earnings per common share of $2.29 on a reported basis, or $2.18 excluding the impact of item affecting comparability. Full year revenue totaled $8.3 billion and reported operating income was $1 billion. Sorry about that. Up 28%. Comparable operating income was $1.1 billion, up 17% over prior year pro forma results and up 9% on a currency neutral basis. Fourth quarter diluted earnings per common share totaled 36 cents on a reported and comparable basis. Coca-Cola Enterprises completed a $1 billion share repurchase program in December and implemented a new $1 billion program with a goal of at least repurchasing $500 million of in-share repurchasing in 2012. Coca-Cola Enterprises now expects 2012 comparable and currency-neutral earnings per share growth of approximately 10%, reflecting the impact of the recent tax increase in France. Operating review for Coca-Cola Enterprises. Full year 2011 revenue totaled $8.3 billion, an increase of 11.5% and up 5.5% on a currency-neutral basis. Both were compared to 2010 pro forma results for the fourth quarter revenue growth, 5.5%, both on a reported and comparable basis, and 6% on a currency-neutral basis. Comparable full-year operating income was up 17% over prior year pro forma results and up 9% on a comparable and currency-neutral basis. For the quarter, operating income was up 34% on a reported basis and 28% on a comparable and currency-neutral basis to $184 million. For 2011, free cash flow totaled $490 million, driven by a solid business result and reflecting net negative charges in the working capital, including year-by-year overperformance improvements in accounts receivable and declines in accounts payable. Free cash flow was also affected by fourth quarter pensions contributions and a modest increment investment in commodity inventories. Total full year volume increased 3.5%. This includes 3.5% growth in our sparkling brands, including energy, and approximate 3% growth in still beverages. Key highlights for full year 2011 included volume growth of 3.5% for core Coca-Cola trademark brands like Coca-Cola, like Coke, Original Coke, and more than 40% of energy brands driven by the Monster and introduction of Powerade Energy in Great Britain. We also had solid growth for Capri Sun and Ocean Spray and stills. On a territory basis, volume increased both Great Britain and continental Europe up 2.5% and 4.5% respectively. 2011 net pricing per case was up 2%. Sorry about that. Cost of sales per case grew 3% in 2011, and operating expenses increased 2%, all on a comparable and currency-neutral basis. For the fourth quarter, volume climbed 3%, net pricing per case grew 2.5%, and cost of goods sold per case was also up 2.5%. As I mentioned earlier, Coca-Cola is setting a program for repurchasing most of their shares. Coca-Cola Enterprises completed a $1 billion share repurchasing program in the fourth quarter of 2011 that began in late 2010. As previously announced, Coca-Cola Enterprises has initiated a new $1 billion share repurchase program with the goal of repurchasing at least $500 million worth of shares in 2012. These plans may be adjusted depending on economic, operating, and other factors, including acquisition opportunities. I want to share a little bit of the fourth quarter numbers for Coca-Cola Enterprises that they released. Net operating revenues for 2011 were $1,893 million. Cost of sales was $1,226 million. Gross profit was $667 million. Selling, delivery, and administrative expenses was $499 million. Operating income was $180 million. Interest expense net third party was $23 million. Net income for Coca-Cola Enterprises was $113 million. Basic earning per common share, as I mentioned earlier, was 37 cents. Diluted earning per common share was 36 cents. Dividends declared per common share were 13 cents. And basic weighted average common share outstanding was $337 million. As I said, this is for Coca-Cola Enterprises, and this is my summary report. Thank you.